Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, a trial date has been set for these three knuckleheads that you see on the screen. Now, they were supposed to have a trial this summer. They have pushed it back till March 7th, 2022. So this is the Washington Post, May 13th, 2021. A judge on Thursday delayed the planned August trial for the three former Minneapolis police officers accused of aiding and abetting Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd, potentially allowing a federal civil rights case against all four to proceed. Hennepin County District Judge Peter A. Cahill said during a motion hearing that the joint trial of J. Alexander King, Thomas K. Lane, Tu Tao would be moved until March 7th, 2022. Cahill cited the need for additional time to deal with pending issues in the case and clarity on the timing of federal proceedings, suggesting he thought the federal trial should proceed first. He also said there was a need for some distance from the Chauvin proceedings, citing the intense publicity surrounding the case and the impact it could have on a jury selection. The bottom line is that we aren't going to trial in August, Cahill said. Attorneys for King, Lane, and Tu Tao said their clients did not oppose the delay. Matthew Frank, an assistant Minnesota attorney general, said prosecutors wanted to proceed with the August 23rd trial date, but Cahill overruled. The decision comes just days after a federal grand jury indicted all four former officers on federal civil rights charges, saying they violated Floyd's constitutional rights during an arrest on May 25th, 2020, when he was restrained, handcuffed, and face down on the street and begging to breathe before losing consciousness. Chauvin, who pressed his knee on Floyd's neck and back for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, was convicted last month of second-degree unintended murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter in Floyd's death. Floyd's Memorial Day slaying sent millions into the streets in protest last summer and sparked a national reckoning on race and policing. Chauvin is scheduled to be sentenced on June 25th. Yeah, and I remember how annoyed Trump was from all the protests. Ooh, that just annoyed the hell out of that man. The other officers had been set to stand trial jointly with Chauvin before Cahill separated the cases earlier this year to meet coronavirus social distancing requirements in the courtroom. King and Lane, rookie officers who responded to a 911 complaint about passing a counterfeit bill at a local market, where that was the first encounter they had with Floyd at the scene. Lane pulled a gun on Floyd within 15 seconds of encountering him in a park car, which y'all remember he was at that Cup Foods Market, little convenience store. And both he and King later helped Chauvin restrain him face down on the street. Lane at his legs, King at his back. Tal, who was Chauvin's partner that night, held the bystanders back, including an off duty firefighter who urged the officers to check Floyd's pulse and render medical aid. King, Lang, and Tal were fired by the police department, and they are facing state charges of aiding and abetting, second degree murder, and manslaughter. Prosecutors have sought a third degree murder charge against all three, which Cahill rejected. The state has appealed that decision to the Minnesota Courts of Appeal, which will hear arguments on the issue later this month. Prosecutors have argued that the three other officers had a duty to intervene and stop Chauvin from using deadly force on Floyd. Attorneys from King and Lane, who had been full-time police officers for at least, they were cops, I think, less than a week, and have argued that their clients tried to intervene with Chauvin, a 19-year veteran who was a senior officer at the scene and had been King's field training officer, but were rebuffed. Lane's attorney has appointed a police body camera video showing his client asking Chauvin if they should roll Floyd on his side. The request, okay, so he did say that, but Chauvin rejected that. King later told Chauvin he could no longer detect Floyd's pulse. Mm-mm-mm. Yet Chauvin continued to press his knee on Floyd's body. The three who waived their right to appear at Thursday's hearing remain free on bond pending their trial. Well, they'll be free until March of 2022. So, we'll see what happens. But I have a feeling these three will get sentenced, but it's not going to be as bad as Chauvin. I think Chauvin ultimately will get the worst sentence. These three, they probably will not get a sentence quite as bad. That's just my opinion. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. So the trial date is March 7th, 2022. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.